Hey guys, so today I am going to be doing a tutorial on how to do crochet braids. So I just washed my hair, as you can see, and I'm about to blow dry it. Normally that's the first step that I normally do every time before I braid my hair. I make sure that it's dip conditioned, it is washed clean and well moisturized before you put it up in a protective style. So I'm gonna go ahead and go blow dry my hair, and then I'll come back and we can start the video. Okay, so I'm done. I've blow dried my hair. It's super clean and dry. And obviously the first step to crocheting your hair will be to do the cornrows. So depending on the style that you're trying to go for, it just kind of depends what kind of braiding pattern you're going to put on the bottom. So that way it fits really well. I don't do really small lines normally when I'm doing my own hair. Maybe I put like 10 lines at the most all across, including the parting lines that I'm going to show you how to do. So I'm going to make my parts a little bigger. And I mean, it doesn't have to be super straight. Especially you find that if you've never done your own hair or you're still kind of in the learning stages, then you may find it hard to do your own cornrows, but with time you get the gist of it. So on the edges, I always tell people you don't want to pull on your edges too tight because it really brings a lot of tension to your hair. So you try to make it as loose on the edges as possible, or as, you know, kind of okay to where your hair is not like screaming, I'm dying, silent death. So, personally, I prefer to gel down my edges instead of braiding them sometimes all the way down. But that also kind of depends on the style that you're wearing. So you just kind of do whatever you see fit. Okay, so I'm done with this line. I'm gonna do a couple more lines and then I'll show you guys how I braid up the back to where you're not having like a big old bridge across in the back, which kind of makes it bumpy. So hold on. Okay, so I started the second line and you're gonna braid until you get to about halfway through. I hope you guys can see. And then you're going to take this end of the braid and I'm gonna bring it up, you can see, and braid it into the second line. So that is pretty much how I join my lines, so that way I'm not bridging them and having this finished bumpy kind of look. So there you go. That's what you pretty much do all across your head. Okay, so I've done 4 so far. I'm getting to where I part the side. Normally I try to create 2 parts, sometimes 3. I barely ever part my hair on this side going this way, so I don't normally really care about putting a part that way. But if you want to make it more versatile, then you would put a part this side, a part in the middle, and then a part on the other side. So what you do with the part kind of in the front, you're going to make that 1 line, but you're gonna start it with 2 lines in the front. So you make them a little thinner when you part the hair. So my part is going to be on here, like so. So about that far, that's where I'm gonna start braiding it. So you braid down And don't really worry about your lines being straight and all that, because really no one is gonna see. Okay, so now you do the second line on your part. And when you get to where you stop the other line, this one, you're gonna join it in. So this will be your part right here. Okay, so I'm done doing the braids. As you can see, this is how it turned out. Got my two parts in the center. And next I apply some oil. This is essential hair growth oil from Alicante Naturals. So I just usually like to go in and put some in. I think it does help keep moisturize your hair whenever you have it in a protected style. And I do this maybe once or twice a week, just kind of depending on what style I'm wearing. But it's very, very important for you to keep your hair and your scalp moisturized when it's put away. Okay, so I'm gonna start doing the crochets. I am using Freetress braiding hair. This is one of my favorite types of hair for crochets, and it's the Waterwave. And normally they come in either 12 inches or 24 inches, and the 24 inches I always usually have to cut them in half because they're like super long. So I thought this 12-inch would be a perfect length for me. So I already took some of the hair out of the bag. So it's gonna come in, it's gonna look like that. So this is like kind of one strand of it. And what you're gonna need is you're gonna need your crochet needle. You can get this at any beauty supply store for like $1, $1.99, something at the most. But it looks like this. And it has this hook, so whenever you're crocheting, you can close and then you can open it. So I normally part the hair in 3 whenever I crochet it. So how you crochet, you're gonna take your crochet, you're gonna put it under the cornrow, and you're gonna, let me put this hair down so you're not confused. You're gonna take the piece of hair that you're going to crochet, and you're going to put it, oops, you're going to put it inside the needle. Like so. And then you're going to close it and pull. So as you can see, so once you pull, you're going to hold the middle part and you're going to loop it. I normally do it 3 times, and that's how you make a knot. And there you have it. And that's basically the technique that you're going to apply throughout the whole braiding. And you gotta make sure, I'm trying to do it from the side. The side is normally the hardest part for me, so you guys can see. You gotta make sure it's all the way in the hook before you pull it. Three times, and that's pretty much it. So in the back, as you can see, same thing. People actually think it's harder in the back, but I find it actually easier whenever I do it in the back as compared to doing it in the front. Pull your loop 3 times, and there's your knot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and crochet, and I'll come back and show you as I make progress, and I'll show you how to do the part. Introduce you to amazing grace. No matter the bumps, no matter the bruises, no matter the scars, still the truth is the cross has made, the cross has made you flawless, has made you flawless. No matter the hurt or how deep the wound is, no matter the pain, still the truth is the cross has made, the cross has made you flawless. Could it possibly be that we simply can't believe that is unconditional kind of love would be enough to take a filthy wretch like this and wrap him up in righteousness? That's exactly what he did. No matter the bumps, no matter the bruises, no matter the scars, still the truth is the cross has made, the cross has made you flawless, has made you flawless. No matter the hurt or how deep the wound is, no matter the pain, still the truth is the cross has made, the cross has made you flawless. Take a breath, smile and say right here, right now, I'm okay because the cross was enough. And like a hero who takes the stage when we're on the edge of our seat, saying it's too late. Well, let me introduce you to grace, grace, God's grace. No matter the bumps, no matter the bruises, no matter the scars, still the truth is the cross has made, the cross has made you flawless, has made you flawless. And no matter the hurt or how deep the wound is, no matter the pain, still the truth is the cross has made, the cross has made you, the cross has made you. Okay, so I'm getting to the part now. I'm about to close it up. So just a few things you need to remember when you're doing the part. You gotta make sure you're parting like really small strands of hair, like unlike you were normally doing. That way it looks very natural and very blended in. Because that's the goal of creating this kind of braiding pattern, is you kind of want it to look very close, as close as possible. So here's about how much I am removing from the strand, and you're gonna loop it 3 times just like you were, but since you're pushing the hair to this side, you'll find that the way it lays this side and the way it lays on the other side are different, so the knots will be inside. So the trick is to if your part is this way, like if you're braiding this side of the part, you make the crochet go this way. And if you're doing the other side of the part, you're gonna make the crochet go that way. And that's how you make a clean, finished part. Okay guys, so I am done. As you can tell, I haven't done anything to shape it. I'm just still trying to get all this tangles out. It will have like some loose ends, so you gotta work through the hair section by section to try and get those. And this will pretty much be your daily maintenance. You will finger detangle, and from past experience, just from wearing the hair, it doesn't really mat together, but sometimes it tends to snag on the bottom. So I just snip the ends maybe every week or 2 weeks to kind of make sure it still looks good. So it looks very, very big right now, especially like kind of on the bottom. If you're not a person who does not, if you're a person, gosh, I can't even talk. If you're a person who does not like really, really big hair, then you can use mousse to tame it down. It's gonna look really big like right now at the beginning, but you can use mousse to tame it down if you would like. And that kind of makes it lay a little bit more flatter, kind of like so, because mousse kind of really makes it flat. But if you're like me and you really like big hair, every time you wear it, you're going to manipulate it. So the more you fluff it and the more you play with it, the bigger it tends to get. Like that. See the difference? And you can do the same on this side as well. There you go. And so now I am not sure how I'm going to. I'm probably gonna kind of just cut it to kind of tame it down a little. It's been a while since I wore big hair, so it's feeling a little hot already, and I know that's gonna drive me crazy. But I know definitely I'm gonna be cutting it more as I go. So may as well start now. You want to make sure you kind of shape your face, so kind of make it shorter and then longer as it goes. As you can tell here, this side, it's all just long. So, and if you've never cut hair like this before, don't be scared. It's curled, so it's really hard for you to really mess it up. I mean, the curls will kind of make it bounce back, and it will really blend in more as you go, so don't worry too much about it. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, and I plan on wearing it in for maybe, let's see, maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Fingers crossed. Y'all know how I am with hairstyles. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how you do. And I used all 3 packs of the hair in my hair. So I hope you guys like it.